All right, guys, welcome to the Titans podcast, episode 2. Glad to have you back. So who are you and where you from?
I'm LuciD, and I'm from Tullahoma, Tennessee.
That's cool. How did you first get into playing competitive Call of Duty? Like any teams you played on before us? Like anything like that?
Started off competitive Call of Duty by playing in Advanced Warfare. Me and my buddy, when I was in middle school, got into playing ranked play on Advanced Warfare, and that got us thinking about competitive. So we started watching MLG back when it was still, and we got into watching Optic and Scump and all them. Nade Shot, and we started playing GBs every night after school, and that's where it all started, and that's what got me here today.
That's amazing. How long ago was that?
About 5 years ago.
That's great that you've been able to stick it out this long. Like here, I know on Titans you have a new roster. How do you like that team so far?
We're a good team, bunch of talent on there. A little bit of work to do since we're new, getting chemistry, strats down, and everything. But we're going to be a good roster at the end.
How do you think you guys could improve?
Definitely chemistry. That's a big thing, and getting some team strats in because without strats, you're not going to beat any high tier teams.
What kind of strats do you think you need? Like, do you need to work on like your search game, your hard point, your control? Because I know
Search,
that's big.
search for sure. Our hard point. Our first time playing together, we were pretty dominant. We only lost one. Yeah, we only lost one hard point map out of the entire tournament. So
That's pretty good. It was the ALG 4v4 tournament, right?
it was.
All right, cool. And how far did you guys make it in that tournament?
We made it all the way to the quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals is a new team. That's pretty good. Do you know how many teams were in it? About
Say about 20.
about 20. That's pretty far to make it as a new team. Do you guys know who you lost against?
I do not remember the team name on the top of my head.
That's all right. Um, so I know that you guys were looking to go to challengers, like either this year or the next. What do you think are
Yeah.
the biggest steps you need to take, like in order to achieve that?
After playing in challengers all last season, it's definitely a different experience than ALG or little leagues that you can enter into. You play first round, you always play a low tier team. In the second round, it's like a 95% chance you play a pro team. Like last season, I played teams like UIU in the second round. I played against teams with Parazillion on it, Parasite, all of them. So no, definitely to get started into that road, I'd say play pro points a lot because pro points help you get used to those high tier teams.
And do you mind like explaining like what you need to do to get those pro points?
Uh, like I said before, get chemistry together. Because chemistry without chemistry, you're not going to make it anywhere in the Call of Duty. It's like a normal sport. If you don't have chemistry with your players, or with your teammates, you're not going to have that connection together. Uh, Another thing, like I'm repeating everything, but strats is a big thing on S&D because S&D and challengers is a big one. If you lose those S&D maps, usually the series is over.
That's I did not know that. Like that the SND was that big because I know that it's best of 5 and you still have a chance to bring it all back. But yeah. Um so how do you plan to approach like the new control mode instead of Dom?
I'm gonna approach it the same way I approached it in BO4. Always go to the closest site first, and the more open site where you can cover more lanes, and then go to the tighter uh, objectives where it's a lot harder to capture, or So that way, if you get the first uh, site, you get an extra minute in your time. So you on that tighter positions, if you can break through, that's lives lost on their part, and you're keeping the time by collecting the point uh, site. So
That's a really smart strategy. I I really hope I can see you guys put it into play like these coming weeks, like through your scrimmages and all these tournaments that you're going to be playing in.
sure,
I wish you guys the best of luck like that.
thank you.
All right, so thank you for appearing on the podcast today.
Thank you
Um,
for having me.
if you have anybody you want to shout out, any socials, anything,
I don't know his social, but definitely a guy that I used to play with back in Modern Warfare. His name was Smackin. He taught and Narc. Those two taught me everything I know today and everything that I put into play in this COD.
that's really great. I love when other players will take up some other guys under their wing and like show them pretty much the ropes.
Sure, not a lot of people do that anymore.
Yeah, it's really uncommon to see these days. All right,
Sure,
so
it is.
thank you for appearing here today. Um,
Thank you for having me again.
we'll see you next time.